Check. Battering ram coming forward now as well. Cheeky. It's like, oh, you didn't miss much apart from the 2 siege, 4 siege workshops and
Is it back on there?
this, that, and the other. But you missed nothing, guys. Not like it's tons. Back yet? They're actually back. Do I need to get my stream going just in case? Like, okay, oh, it's back. Okay, good. Thank the Lord. Right.
Yeah, I think OBS
Back.
just had some kind of error.
Black. Oh, guys, you missed nothing apart from now 3 battery rams coming out, 2 double siege, 4 workshop also coming out. Oh, and a bunch of ready here and there. And now Emin's getting a thumb ring. So that's it. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry,
pretty much it's basically the villagers pretty identical to what they were before in terms of like both players being neck and neck. But Emin just maintaining that kind of slightly commanding, although now that the armies are bigger, slightly less commanding, 10 military lead. But he's coming forward with that forward siege, and Hera doesn't really have the siege yet.
He needs to get a
just one mangonel coming.
Yeah. Go on.
And elite skirmishes go for Hera though, and I think with the presence of some elite skirms and one mangonel, he'd probably be able to push this away. But it's not like an army that's going to allow him to go aggressive later on. I mean, he's lost a lot of his kind of offensive units, if you like, even if he manages to defend this. Although large group of CA coming back, and actually the CA difference isn't too big.
Yeah. He was just sniping a couple of rams that were coming out. Honestly, I wouldn't give a damn about the battery rams at this point. Like, just take down the C8, then you can take down the battery ram. He had like half his army just like in between 2 siege workshops. I don't know. It was just a bit like meh. Like the elite skirmish just done a job. This was a really poor. Like just basically, Emin just overextended. He was just too confident on the fact that with 6 rangers that Hera wasn't gonna do elite skirmishes and counter this easily.
And it's
I thought
taken
it was a big bad move.
It's taken him such a long time to kind of retreat out there and realise that that fight was going badly for him. And now we've got Hera up to the Imperial age. He was actually floating resources for a long time there. I mean, obviously he's microing the fight, but he was getting up to above 1,500 food and gold when he actually clicked up. And he's on the way to Imperial age now with 1,000 gold in the bank. So he's going to be able to do a lot in terms of upgrades when he gets there, or adding siege or whatever. Whereas Emin is still a long way from the Imperial age. Despite having 10 more villagers now, he committed a lot of forward siege there, a lot of resources into making 2 siege workshops, rams, lost a lot of army, and he's been left a long way behind, and he's going to have to act fast to kind of deal with Hera coming back the other way like a train, I would have thought. Although... Yeah,
I think he's in a lot of trouble actually at this point, especially the fact that, actually good hand shot on those skirms, but... Oh, actually, that went very well. Wow, this could totally change now.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, Hera was losing a lot of the army that would allow him to go aggressive. Like the military numbers remained kind of similar throughout that fight until the very end, but what Hera had left was skirmishes, apart from 1 ball of CA, 1 smaller ball. And do you have another pause? You have another pause?
Yeah, I've got another pause
Good.
as well. So yeah, so Hera is off. He's getting scale-building armor. He's getting light cav, so he's obviously going for the light cav option. Probably just to maybe just get the standard cav arch upgrades. Probably not going to get heavy cav arch at this point because there's no way he can do all that business. So you can probably do Parthian, Bracer, and Chemistry, and like that's pretty much it for heavy cav archer line. Point if he's going to commit as well to the stable run as well. If Emin, all that Emin really needed in that fight when he was in was just about 10 knights, maybe just even 10 light, not even really 10 light, 10 light cav actually. Just because of the way the fight went, like half the army of Hera was like of cav archers was taking down battery rams like miles away, and the rest of his army was fighting elite skirmishers. So I mean, if you just had like 10 light cav or 10 knights, that would have just been chewed out, and Hera would be just like literally on the back foot at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just a few knights in there definitely would have been decisive, but Emin committed to that and he stayed there for such a long time.
Yeah, I don't know, but like if you're going like 6 archery ranges before and a couple of siege riders before thinking about doing like things like light cav and even knights at this point. that early on. Like if your opponent's reading it like someone like Hera, who probably saw that 5th archery range, was like, oh okay, he's going to go heavy into this cav archer push sort of thing. Like it's pretty nice for him to look at. Think okay, got this. Oh, big pause though.
So Hera's decisions upon reaching the Imperial Age, Hussar and Bracer for now. I don't think no heavy cav archer or Parthian tactics coming in as of yet.
Are you on pause?
Yeah.
Wait, is the game going for you?
Yeah, the game's going. I'm on 4103.
What? My game's still paused. Oh.
Yeah, it was that first pause has completely desynced us throughout this game.
It's really screwed me over now. Okay, I don't know how I can't get out of this pause, so I'm going to have to quit the game.
I'm 1 minute 10 behind the host delay.
Yeah, I'm 39.15.
Sorry, 5 minutes 10. Yeah, you have to catch up to 41.40 at the moment. But I think Emin's doing a good job of stopping Hera from just kind of immediately going on the offensive as he gets to the Imperial Age. Hera's got some Imperial Age upgrades now. He's got Hussar, he's got Bracer, but Emin is still battering at the front door.
Where are you at again?
4206.
Okay.
A couple of battering rams, adding in a few knights, which helps him gives him a bit more staying power and a bit more firepower. With knights with +2 as well on bloodlines. So, and Hera just
42.30.
Yeah, I'm like 2 seconds behind, so that's fine again. Now if you just go speed 50.
Yeah. 50, yeah. But sorry, it was actually my fault.
Emin's holding his position. He's kind of forced to retreat a little bit now, but he's on the way to... Is he on the way to Imperial? He had the resources a moment ago, but it seems like he did more upgrades and added more military, so he's perhaps he's just committing to the Castle Age and just thinking, can I win this in the Castle Age, and if not, I'm dead. I was looking a while back and he did have more or less 1,000 food and golds. But yeah, that's all gone now. I think that's what he used to add some knights and go +2. +1/+2 now.
That's alright though.
Yeah, he's doing absolutely fine. He's keeping the fight here. He's stopping Hera from just using that Imperial Age to come back the other way. And Hera does have Parthian tactics and Bracer though, and it's starting to tell.
Yeah. Seen a couple of Hussars just being put in as well, just really helps out with a little bit of a meat shield and takes care of the skirmishes. Forward castle coming out from Emin is nice, but not too sure how effective it's really going to be. I mean, he's actually also doing war stables to the right hand side as well. He's really going to commit to this castle. It's like all or nothing sort of thing.
Yeah, he's definitely decided he's got to win this game in the Castle Age, I think, or at least that's what he wants to do. That castle, if he manages to get it up, will be quite nice because it does have a small hill advantage and it's kind of threatening some of the resource collection of Hera. Like that back wood line for Hera is basically gone at this point. So and the front wood line is now under threat from the castle. So Hera is going to be struggling for wood unless he can branch out into the rest of the map. But the problem is Emin's got him penned in, and it's going to be really difficult for him to kind of escape and find another wood line. That's what he's trying to do on the right hand side. He's going over there with all those vills, but Emin's got an outpost there, and he's going to catch it. And look at those light cabs; they're going instantly for it.
Is he going to catch it?
Yeah, he's got it.
Clear as day.
So Hera, in the meanwhile, he's just going over there with all his CA to try and deal with this. But,
yeah, and 2 light cap pop out, and Emin's like, oh hello. That's really bad, actually. And then also if you look on the left hand side as well, where the Palisade wall is, where you could go for that extra wood line, it's just a cav archer just sitting there, ready to see you when that's coming out as well. That's
really intelligent by Emin, actually. Good spot as well. And Emin taking control of extra golds on the map. He's picking up one on the left hand side, building a castle there to secure it. And
now he's picked up.
Well, Hera, for the first time since reaching the Imperial Age, because we thought he was going to be pushing Emin back a lot sooner than this, is starting to do some raiding and find the extra eco of Emin that's branched out. He's getting some Hussars onto those farms. But Emin's into Hera's base with knights, and it's starting to get pretty messy for Hera. His kind of eco is now spread out in different places. He's desperately trying to get hold of a wood line. He's got 15 villagers just been wandering around forever over here. And all his farming eco is being idled by knights, and Emin could catch out so much at the top of the base.
Looking too great. I mean, it's actually a really good play by Emin. His heavy aggression is actually giving him definitely pinned back, that's for sure. It's awful fighting against bunches of elite skirmishers. It's just terrible trade-wise. It's like half an army size there.
Is that the one outside Emin's stables?
Yeah.
I need to speed up again. I slowed it down because it started running on super speed.
Wait, sorry, I'm back to 51. I think I must have speed up, like, randomly sped up, sorry. I'm at 48, 42.
God.
Hopefully next game it won't be always out of sync issues.
Well, if they don't pause, then it won't happen, because that is definitely what caused it.
Yeah, like that big long pause just like screwed everything up. It's okay though, it's like this stuff happens.
I think
that's coming in for Hera.
Yeah, and Emin reaching the Imperial Age now. But
Look at the amount of gold he has. He has maybe 1.8k. Like that is terrifying.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't really been producing CA for a very long time, but he may. Do you think he will go down more of a kind of like CA route or more of a Cavalier route? Because he's got the option and the production facilities to do both.
You might get Hussar. Yeah, he's gonna get Hussar straight away. That's for sure. And play Paladin armor.
He's still. I don't know if he still has those knights. Oh, he doesn't have the knights on the map anymore. I thought he still has some knights. That he might choose to go for Cavalier, but he doesn't actually have the knights.
Wow, he's going Cavalier. Okay.
Is he? Yeah, he is. Okay.
Yep.
That was a kind of accidental prediction by me. A nice castle coming up for Emin as well.
Oh, okay, that's right. Hussar's gonna get done in time. The actual cat rams hitting the one stable thing, Hussar being done. I was like, oh my god, I might deny it, but no, it's been done fine. Not too how much gold? Let's have a look at Hera. Alright, so he's got enough resources to do halberdiers if he needs to. I mean, if he sees a single Cavalier at this point like being researched, he'll just definitely know that he has to go for the halberdiers.
Yep.
I think Hera really wants to get Siege Ram though. Like that's the next thing he needs to do in his box. Like I need to get Siege Ram done. And also, why isn't Emin got any trebuchets out yet? Like that's the next thing I'll be seeing from him. Okay, he is 55%. But good thing from Hera though as well is that he's prioritizing his right hand side. Like because he knows how important this wood is to him right now. So he's putting a castle up on that ridge. He's taking care of the stables. He's like everything like that. I like it because he's just changing the position of where he wants to take the eco from. So that's nice.
I'm just looking at Hera's gold though. Is he mining gold from anywhere now?
Oh god.
That's an issue. So. All of the gold in the back of the map has run out, and Emin took control of the extra ones. So, and Emin has that bank. He still has got 750 left. I mean, Hera's got 600, but that's his last 600. Don't think he's been picking up any relics at this point. In fact, he doesn't even have a monastery. So, that could spell trouble for him, even though he has reclaimed some map control and secured a new wood line.
Yeah, that's bad. Like I thought, oh, Paladin being done by Emin. Oh, that's bold. Oh, that's bold. I remember seeing one game. It was like Sebdos versus like someone else, and like it was a completely different settings, like format and how it all went. But like just like the guys that expect Paladin to be done got crushed.
Well, that's going to be really difficult for Hera because he's not mining gold. He's down to 400, and he needs more than that just to do the halberdier upgrade, and he probably. Doesn't have any infantry upgrades at this point, so it's going to be kind of hard for him to tech into halberdier unless he kind of abuses the market a bit to get there.
Well, Emin's already abusing the market in that front as well, just taking even more gold away from Emin at the same time. That's really nice. But look at this though, huge army coming out from Emin. From Hera. 55-28. Now with Paladin done, like, where I get concerned when doing this Paladin options could be a bit of a risky move. Like, it's so expensive to do.
Trying to see what kind of numbers Emin is able to maintain in this fight under the castle. I think with the presence of the paladins there, like it's probably just about going to turn on in his favour, especially if Emin could just micro some of these skirms onto the CA. But yeah. I don't know. It's hard. Like,
why isn't he focusing on the castle though? It's like I'm just going to focus on a couple of stables. Like at this point, I really want that castle to go down for like what was a good minute-long fight, and he lost a lot of units under that castle. So.
Yeah, but even it's definitely working out for Hera actually. Emin had like 3 or 4 paladins there, and then like he was adding sort of like 3 more, but he never got that critical mass of maybe like 10 or so paladins with a few extra skirms behind it that would have been able to kind of deal with those hussars and CA a bit better.
I'm really worried though. Like, look at the resources for Hera. He's got no gold left. He's like okay, wooden food, but he's got enough stone for another castle. Will he actually sell all the stone? Like I don't know. Even then, that's like, wouldn't you? Stone price is good as well.
Well, if it does come down to having to go full trash, not having access to halberdier is pretty pretty big thing.
I think he's going to try and get the halberdier just through sheer like selling of food and wood and everything. But
Emin doing cartography.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I think it might have been a miss. I think it might have been a mistake. He might have just got rid of it as well. Actually, I really want to look now. Who was it? You wanted to see? Who was it?
Emin doing cartography.
Emin doing.
What's your time?
I'm at 58:23.
Wow, you're a full minute ahead of me.
Oh god. Okay.
And I've been going on like 100 speed
I'm
to
on
catch
50
up as well.
speed as well. This is crazy. Oh no, Emin cancelled it. That's a shame. I would have loved to see that one.
I'm gonna say
game speed 40. There we go. I'll help it.
Well, I'm just gonna go until I'm pushing against the 5 minutes host delay, and then just reset it. So if you do the same, that will work.
Oh right, yeah, just speed it up completely. Okay, yeah, I'm at the limit now. Oh, it's looking really bad for Hera. I think this actually might be a game for him, just because of the fact that like Emin's resources are just disgusting. Like he's got roughly 1,000 gold nearly. He's got 2k wood, 1,002.
Yeah, you can't deal with paladins when you don't have halberdier research to and you've got no gold. Like that's. I mean, Hera's just doing kind of okay and winning some fights in some places, but there's just random paladins running around on his eco as well as his Hussars, idling so many and killing so many farmers. And it's just the nature of the game. If you just run out of gold and you haven't got your full trash research, like all the upgrades, you just can't fight it. And gold units, obviously, in the right combinations, are always going to beat full trash anyway, as long as they're handled correctly. So, and Emin still has 800 gold, and I don't know if he's still mining it anywhere, but
he's got 2 relics now as well in the bank. The third one's under his control as well. So,
did Hera even? Hera didn't even build a monastery at this point.
Control. You look at it. Got one next to a stone, the other one next to a siege workshop. So I mean, but still, Hera's like still apparently the scorely. So, but it's just well, it's so neck and neck. But one of those things that won't last for long. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's probably just slightly based on the kills, and Emin's raiding is just so much more so much more effective. I think. I mean, the villages are much the same, but it just felt like Emin's raiding was idling more for a while. But it's kind of stopped now. I don't know if Emin's kind of pausing to remass or something, because it's hard to kind of find what he's getting, and at the moment Hera's the only one doing any raiding, but you can see that Emin is more kind of like massing to do a larger attack, I think. He's got so many Hussars in the field.
Well, he's everywhere on the map as well. If you look at it, the left hand side's got a couple of cap rams, a siege ram being done, the front as well. But like Hera's just completely on the right hand side, just defending his wood line, because that's the only thing he has to control basically.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna get raided on the left hand side now with some Hussars, nearby his TC where all his farming eco is. It's just he can't be everywhere basically, Hera, at this point. He hasn't got the manpower to do it. That's the thing. He's doing a good job of it, but it's just I feel like it's like all that's being done right now by Emin is just wearing him down.
Yep.
You know, he's got all the relics basically.
I feel like the last couple of minutes though, Hera has actually just done really well, because his raiding has been more effective. He's actually like got 30 villager lead over Emin, and the gold units for Emin are kind of starting to disappear. There's not many paladins left on the field. You know, Emin had so much gold in the bank, and I didn't see that many gold units, and now there are I didn't see that many gold units in the last minute or two, and now there aren't that many on the field either. So I don't know if he kind of made the best use of that gold bank that he actually had. And Hera kind of was raiding so much in the south, and Emin just didn't react to it. He was kind of piling into the wood line on the right hand side and letting his own farmers die. Siege rams out for Emin though, and he's going to take down castles over here. Well, a castle, and that's going to really make that wood line on the far right hand side more vulnerable.
It is going to be a lot more vulnerable, that's for sure. We'll take care of siege rams, but because he's got the relics now as well, like that extra gold income that's it's all free and everything, will just be basically used now for siege rams and the occasional like extra unit here of gold in here. Basically rams more than anything else. And yeah, Hera's got any relics? No,
he hasn't built a monastery.
I know. I just checked. I was like, right, hasn't got a monastery.
Yeah.
Something that really should be needed at this point.
Yeah, it feels like Emin really should have had this in the bag with the amount of gold that he had.
True.
And the fact that he had
I'll
Paladin
give Hera
and
that,
Siege Rambo, but Hera's still hanging in there. Like he's going to have a hard time hanging in, but he
Actually,
definitely
look at
is.
this
The
big
number of
difference.
hussars he has is huge. He's actually got kind of like 40 plus hussars that Hera doesn't have. Sorry, Emin doesn't have at this point, and he could come back and just like make it even bigger villager difference.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, like he outnumbered 62 to 13.
Yeah,
What?
I think.
How? Like, and Evan's got 1,000 food and 800 got like what?
Yeah.
I know it's difficult like, when you're at a spot when like literally like you're just like losing more numbers coming out than you actually are like killing in general, but this is still pretty darn good by Hera. But
think-
here comes the Halberdier.
I think what we're seeing from Hera is just probably a speed advantage, because he just seems to be kind of doing more effective raids in more different places over the last sort of 5 or 10 game minutes, whereas Emin was kind of like, right, I'm going to attack that wood line on the far right hand side, but then he kind of just wasn't responding to the raiding that was going on at home whilst he was trying to do that.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think he's dictated the gameplay actually extremely well. Like he understood the wood issues, so he just prioritized everything on the right hand side, kept a little bit on the left just to basically secure a bit of eco that's okay. It's not like the end of the world sort of thing. Like, he's just shifted his base and then he's like to Hera, well, not to Hera, to Emin, saying like, look, come over here. This is where I want to fight you, sort of thing.
And look at the difference in villagers now. It's 60.
75.
I mean,
yeah.
Hera's ability to preserve his villagers during this game and to keep the villager count high has been extremely good. There's been times when it's been looking kind of precarious for him because he's had to kind of travel halfway across the map securing new wood lines. He's struggled with that, but despite the raiding that Emin did kind of in early Imperial Age, he's just never went behind on villagers really. And then his raiding with Hussars has been so much more successful. And despite the difference in technology, despite the difference in gold, I don't see what Emin can do anymore because he's just so far behind on a macro sense.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Hera's got Siege Ram 2 now. Obviously that didn't cost gold to up, but yeah, he's probably just selling a few resources to get the odd Siege Ram here or there.
Yeah.
He's just picked off one of Emin's monks that was trying to take a relic from the middle of the map, and I'd say that Hera's got this pretty locked down now. Unless Emin does just a crazy reboom. I mean, sorry, that was a bit of a Freudian slip. That villager count is just so low. 55 villagers and 17 idols. You can't maintain a Imperial Age trash war with that. And meanwhile,
no
Hera
way.
has
You can't
135 working villagers. Emin is done. And this is an incredible turnaround from Hera to be on the defensive with no gold, and Emin having mined every extra gold on the map and researching Paladin, which it now isn't looking like the greatest investment, considering he didn't really get much use out of it.
Yeah, I didn't think that the Paladin was a really smart option, to be honest. Like, I wasn't a big fan of it. It's very situational to me when you do Paladins like that. I don't think this was the game or the map type that really like to do that sort of that strategy. I don't want to be cruel because like I think he did a really good job in like that respect, but it's not one of those games where it's just gonna like flat out win you it. And amazingly, I thought Hera was done at one point, but now he's just like come back and shown me that this is possible. So
I think the problem with the Paladins was that they were coming out 3 or 4 at a time into this fight underneath the castle just outside Hera's base. But Hera had like 20 Hussars and 20 CA there, and even Paladins are going to die pretty quick to that, and it was like 3 Paladins came out and died, then 3 Paladins came out and died. Whereas if Emin had like 15 Paladins, then he could have beaten that back and then pushed in with Rams or some Paladins or something. But
yeah.
he just lost them.
Lacking a few skirms mixed in as well, because like when they had that fight by the castle, it was like 4 or 5 skirms. And the Paladins weren't in big enough numbers either at that point. So it was just like you lost a lot of units and everything for that cost.
Hera's doing a great job of raiding as well now, because like he's cleaning up properly with a sort of proper push with Rams in the front, but he's got Hussars on the left hand side, Hussars on the right hand side. He's got a few in the back as well in the sort of like southeast at about 5 o'clock. So he's just raiding everywhere and just preventing Emin from rebooming.
Yeah.
I mean, Emin went down to 55 villagers, and he hasn't got above 62 or something in the last 3-4 minutes. But it's just been constant pressure from Hera to just slam the door shut in Emin's face and just stop him getting back into the game.
he's doing a really good job here. I love what he's doing. Like he's got most of his army taking care of business and the rest across the map. Like the castle here and all this, that, and the other. And at the same time, he's got 4 or 5 hussars, drawing out I think 80% of Emin's army like in the back of his base. Like that's exactly the dream you'd be looking for, I think.
Yeah, and using that distraction just
good.
to get rid of the last castle or one of the last castles on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Just feels like Emin's head is probably spinning at this point. Just dizzy with the hussars just like whirling around the whole map, just taking him out everywhere. And Emin's even trying to make some more paladins. I don't know where he's getting the gold from. Maybe he's selling or just the relics are coming in. Yeah, 3 relics actually. Yes. If the villager numbers were more even, then you'd say that maybe that could give you a tiny fighting chance, but it's just too much.
He's using the paladins to try and raid as well. It's just like, alright, okay, 4 or 5 paladins.
Yeah, I mean
that's the hussar's job is to do the raiding. Really,
I mean those paladins can kill 10 villages, and it just does not matter. Losing the paladins is a bigger blow.
I actually would like it because Hera's actually was like 140 bills. Now he just dropped it down to like 120, I think, on purpose. Just like, well, actually, I really think we need a few more units on the field. He's got 70 military. Like that's just disgusting.
He's got to take down the monastery as well, pretty soon.
Which is hussars. It's like
no, it looks like Emin's just about going to save it, but he's had to bring his entire army over here to actually do that.
That was quite costly though. And that was a good bunch of cavalry.
And then look. He brings his entire army to save the monastery, and then the castle on the right is gonna have siege rams at his base. Like Hera's just like luring him now, and just this is exactly what happened with the castle on the left-hand side. Hera lured him to the back of his base, and then just moved in siege rams and took down the castle.
Cheeky devil. Yeah, that castle's gonna go down most likely.
And the villager count is starting to even up, but that doesn't really matter because Hera is voluntarily evening the villager count because he just wants more army, because he can afford it, because he's had so many villagers working for so long.
Gotta be careful though. They can't go that too low. I mean 115's alright, but he needs to start looking to get more wood as well. I mean, like it's the wood line that he wants to conquer basically is now all going down. He needs to go and start moving out, which of course is now available because
he's got options to take different wood lines at this point because Emin just doesn't have the map control.
Far left-hand side, you saw that extra TC put up by Emin as well from earlier on when he was looking to get extra wood. He said, "Oh, I'll drop 3 stables, make some hussars, and take care of that." I think Ra will be very happy with this performance from Hera. Just cheering him on.
I don't know. I was looking at the chat a little while ago, and it was like Emin lost sad face. Don't know how serious he was with that.
I think he was not very serious. Like go Canada go. So
yeah, I'd say at this point it's just a case of like how much does Emin believe in his comeback ability and kind of stickability, and how stubborn is he going to be?
Someone's picked for a relic. I think it was Hera. Oh my god.
Yeah, Hera's built a monastery. 1 minute, 1 hour 20. Hera's built a monastery.
Clock it, boys. At least the halberdier's now doing something. To be fair, are they even actually fully upgraded? Yes, they are. They are. Okay.
I haven't seen. I was just about to say I haven't seen many skirmishes from Hera for a while because he had elite skirms very early on, and then we haven't seen any. But now he's kind of thinking about that, and all his ranges are queued full of skirms, and with how heavily Emin is almost like pure halberdier at this point, so just a ball of skirms and some rams might be the end of Emin finally.
He needs to get more skirms put in now, because now all it is just basically a huge halb army. Interestingly enough though, right, you know when Hera picked up that relic, a monk just came by from Emin, he's like, oh, Hera disappeared.
Oh yeah, good spot.
But also got that secret workshop village as well, that's really nice. That monastery, nice and safe, good of him. Oh, raiding further on his wood lines. I think Hera has to conquer this hill now. That's the next objective. He has to conquer the hill because the halberdiers can do such a good job here right now on the hussars front.
Yeah, halberdiers downhill is like plus 1 million bonus damage.
Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy. But it doesn't even matter at this point because on the left-hand side, more and more hussars are being streamed in. He needs to get back on that farming eco though to try and take care of.
Yeah, I think Emin reboomed to. Well, I think boom is a generous word, but he recovered his economy to kind of 80ish. There was only about 30 villager difference, but it's just been that's just been wiped out again now. It's down to sort of the 60 point where it's just not enough unless you're Mayans or something. And finally, GG.
GG, yeah, Hera's building a castle somewhere. Yeah. He finally got back onto his main stone, it seems.
Emin says well played, and I think that's definitely the case because Hera just did so well in a macro sense there. But I think Emin did really well in the early Imperial Age because he was at a tech disadvantage for so long, and yet he was camped outside Hera's base and stopping Hera from moving out for a very long time. And we were actually thinking that Emin was going to win the game for a while.
Oh yeah, I had it hands down. I was like, that's it. He's just done for. Like, say your prayers. He's a goner.
I guess we've got plenty of time to look at the achievements since the 5-minute spec delay. Or did they
he turned it off.
Great, thanks.
Thank
you to them if they watch this back. I don't know. Emin, Hera with the 15,000 more food, which is the difference because he just had so many more hussars.
Did you see the gold difference?
Only 5,000. I found that so strange. Maybe Hera did get one extra gold and we just didn't see that.
I know. I think 5,000 gold, roughly. I think about how much gold he took in difference. Because I mean, like, if you take into account the extra gold,
it's like it's like 6 tiles of gold, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 800 gold per tile. So.
Emin did actually get up to
I think it's still right.
That 140 villager mark, but he just didn't stay there for very long at all.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't think that Paladin option was a good idea. I came in, I was like, okay, maybe it's actually not too terrible now, but I was right to say initially that it was a bad idea because it's just so much resource putting in. I mean, like food wise, okay, whatever, but the gold wise, it's just crazy. It's like 75 gold for each Paladin being created on top of like the 750 gold used already at this point. It's just crazy numbers, I think.
I think they could have worked, but it was just the inability to actually create a mass of them. Because he got the Paladins at a time when Hera had no halberdier upgrade and he was out of gold. So Paladins could have worked if he'd massed them at that point, but he just never did.